Okay, so Part A. Whether you're new to Medicare or you're already on Medicare, initially you're going to be provided Part A and B from the federal government. So that's first, we'll just go over Part A, get that out of the way. So the federal government is going to call this your hospital insurance, but I prefer to call it your inpatient because this portion of Medicare is going to cover any services that are performed over a 24-hour period or last longer than 24 hours. Some examples are going to be inpatient hospitalization, skilled nursing care, home health care, hospice, and blood. And those are really the main ones. Okay, so in order to have Part A, most people they're going to automatically be enrolled through Social Security. You're not going to have premium. The only time costs are going to come into play is if you start using inpatient services such as, long hospital stays or skilled nursing facilities. So for each in-hospital admittance, you're going to be responsible for a deductible of $1,600. This is as of 2023. So this deductible will cover you for up to 60 consecutive days in the hospital. If you leave the hospital and come back for a different reason, you're going to be responsible for another $1,600 deductible for 60. That covers you for 60 consecutive days for that reason. So the rule of thumb is think of the deductible as a per occurrence deductible. It doesn't cover you for the year. Now, that being said, the average hospital stay is about 3 days, so it's unlikely you're going to spend more than 60 days in the hospital anyway. But in the rare case that you do, from day 61 to 90, you will be responsible for a daily copay of $400 per day. If you're there from days 91 to 150, you will be responsible for a daily copay of $800 per day. And then from days 151 on, there's simply no coverage. Everything's out of pocket to you on Part A. If that makes sense so far, let's keep moving on. Okay, let's cover what happens with like skilled nursing facilities, home health care, things like that. So with skilled nursing facilities specifically, there's no deductible and no copay for the first 20 days. 100% covered. However, these are usually for like some kind of rehab, something like cardiac or joint replacement rehab. So on the off chance that you were to spend more than 20 days in one of these facilities, you are going to be responsible for a daily copay of $200 from days 21 to 100. Then after 100 days, there's simply no coverage. It's all out of pocket on you. For things like home health care and hospice, this is 100% covered by Medicare. You don't have to worry about deductibles, copays, anything like that. 100% covered. But specifically to home health care, this is defined as intermittent healthcare services provided in the home. Things like in-home rehab, infusions, bed checks, etc. Things like that. This is not including 24-hour care or custodial care, such as cooking, cleaning, laundry, anything like that. All that's extra, it will not be covered by Part A for those specific reasons. It's just the bare minimum to keep you going. All right, so if that makes sense, let's keep going forward. Okay, so that pretty much covers Part A, the bare minimum of it. It's everything you need to know. That being said, if you have any questions, make sure to ask a question through the homepage. There's an Ask a Question button. You can send that directly to me, or you can schedule a free 10-minute call with me where we can go over any questions that you have. Other than that, what I would like to do now is have you hit the Mark Complete button below and move on to Part B.